Looks like they're doing just one warm-up, and then they'll get started.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the game.
From just looking at the warm-up round, it looks like Itsu's stacking a little cleaner than Vince here, at least in the first game.
Hey, so hey everyone, welcome to the Tetris Tournament Online 5 playoff match between Vince L and A2K. I'm Morning P, and I'm joined here with Zero T.
Hey guys.
And we're going to be your commentators for this match. So yeah, as Zero T said, this is the first game, so let's just jump right in. What does it look like?
Itsu's just powering out APM right now, and Vince was on the defensive, but it looks like he had some beautiful down stack, but he still got pushed up a bit.
In general, I don't know. I see Vince as the more aggressive player between the two of them, but Itsu's also pretty aggressive, so that's hard to really make that distinction.
I think Vince can throw out APM with the best of them. It's just it looks like the first few games, including the warm up, he's been misdropping a bit, so that might be hurting his.
Oh, I wonder if he's experiencing lag. We just had the server reset, so at least we know that any lag that he has isn't on the server end.
I think Itsu's Minos actually make his field look so much cleaner than a lot of different Minos. Like the puzzle piece ones, or the stamps, they work really well to make his playstyle look really nice and neat.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just looks like he knows exactly what he's doing. Ooh, that was a nice donation from Itsu there. So when you're at this level of play, you can only do so much to get faster on Tetris Friends, because this is because the client is limited in speed by certain factors like line clear delay. So it's important to play efficiently, and that's where you see I2K doing things like donations, and then Vince doing a very nice T-spin forecast there.
Yeah, I think overall though, like Itsu's playstyle so far this match has been a lot cleaner than Vince. It looks like he hasn't gotten into a rhythm at all so far.
I haven't been watching Vince beforehand to see if he's been playing all day long. I do know that he had to move yesterday, like move houses. So this match comes like right after he was doing that. So he's got a lot going on.
He just did a really cool T-spin triple there.
Yeah.
He set it up so he had a TSD below it, but he had to cancel that because he received some bad garbage.
That's a key skill, knowing when to just tear down your T-spin doubles.
Itsu's just doing a little down stack. I think he missed an eye block there, which might slow him down a little bit, but he's gotten to a good position.
And we've reached hurry up garbage. It looks like both players are struggling to stay alive. Any spike could destroy that player. It looks like Aizu almost got topped out there. Vince on the offensive. Then Aizu with a whole bunch of garbage there.
Vince just got some tough holes to deal with, but I thought he could have got through it, but he was.
Yeah, that was very close. And if you're looking at the scoreboard, they had one warm-up match, so it's I2 score -1. Ooh.
Vince did a perfect clear there, which pushed Aizu almost to the top, but I think he'll be able to get through this, but it wasn't as clean as a lot of other perfect clears are. Vince with some dirty garbage. This might slow him down a little bit. He had to do a risky little L block clear there just so he can survive. He's wasting a lot of I blocks too, yeah. A lot of pressure by Aizu.
Now I2K, he was the runner-up in TTO 4, right?
Yes. And I think he was third the year before.
Wow, that's some pretty rough competition for Vince to be up against.
Vince, I think, more than any other NA player, plays against JP players, so I think he's more, or he knows the style of play a lot better than a lot of other NA players. Even veterans like Blink and Micro.
That's a good point. He plays against the Jamba a whole lot, I know.
He was just warming up with him right before this match. Vince misses I block there, and then a misdrop right afterwards. That's going to slow him down. The problem with those misdrops, not only do you lose that piece, but it really ruins your rhythm, and you have to sacrifice a lot of a potential APM just to get. He has another misdrop again, and he hasn't been really sending much in this time. Really cool S fix there though. He did an empty S spin double to.
Yeah, it's cool to see him doing all spins fixes. I wonder if that was the most efficient way. I know other players like Johnny or Kenny Boy would just power through it. But
and that's where Tetris knowledge really comes in and helps at the highest levels.
Definitely.
It's very. I mean, you don't use it a lot, but when you can use it, it really is. Now it's getting kind of throwing garbage back and forth. Neither player was in a pretty good position. I think Aizu's kind of regained a good footing, but Vince is already at the bottom. The micro game flips so quickly.
The micro game, that's good.
Well, I guess Micro's not playing, but the. Wow, some really dirty garbage on Aizu's field, and he just gets pressured out there. Great job by Vince.
Oh, and Vince takes his first win. So that was in 2 minutes if you can't see the score. So that was 75 APM from Vince.
And they're both neck and neck with Sun's. I think that's something we're going to see consistently. Another perfect clear attempt from Aizu. He gets it.
Oh.
Perfect opening, though, for Vince to send a lot of this back.
Vince
he awkwardly places that S block, though.
Uh-huh. He had to down stack through his Imperial Cross there. But
that's a tough fix, or a tough misdrop that Aizu had. It's kind of awkward when it's like 3 lines or something up. You have to kind of stack down a lot just to clear through a misdrop.
Yeah, it's if efficiency is really the name of the game here. But I would
and you become more efficient when you limit misdrops, which is something that's not always in your control.
Yeah, but as far as general efficiency goes with these players, these are probably the 2 most efficient players in the round of 16, I would say. just because they know how to preserve that back-to-back, and they know how to use every T piece.
That's a pretty strong statement. I think a lot of these players would argue. I think a lot of them are actually similar level as far as efficiency goes. They're all relatively equal. It's just some players are better at in the situation, in the time, than others.
That's a good point.
Handling the pressure and dealing with tough situations. I2 gonna make that a T-spin triple. I think that was a misdrop, but he decided to turn a misdrop into a T-spin triple, but he accidentally blocked his hole and he died.
Yeah, he didn't have that line piece, so he tried to get a T-spin single out of that spin after his T-spin triple, but in doing so, he didn't clear everything when he did the spin, and so he ended up just completely blocking his well.
It's always dangerous when you try to attempt that, and it doesn't really do much for you. So I think it's a bad habit, and I2 just has a really messy field, and he dies. So I think Vince is caught up, or is he one back?
Let's see here. It is nope. It's 3-3. You're right. It's
Vince not going to go down without a fight.
The split second decisions. Yeah, it's anyone's game here. If you've seen these players play each other before, it's been pretty close. So no one knows who's going to win. Oh, nice.
Both playing relatively clean right now. Nothing to write home. Both pretty safe. I say as I2 starting to take a lot of this dirty garbage. He should be able to get through it though, I believe.
That's usually not something you want to do. You usually only want to accept clean garbage. So the fact that he's accepting dirty garbage means that Vince is sending a lot.
And that's a really tough misdrop by I2. The line piece fully over your hole, you have to clear through 4 lines before you can get through it, and I2 wasn't able to, so that's 4 in a row for Vince.
Is that really Vince made all of his wins 4 in a row? That's incredible. Yep, 4 in a row. Let's see how long this streak stays up. Okay, we have a perfect.
Vince doing a TD cannon. But I2 misdrops over his hole. He's having a lot of trouble with misdrops the last few games. Where Vince has been playing slightly cleaner, I think. Which is the exact opposite of the first ones.
Yeah. I2 was able to turn that into a cut copy though. So that was a really nice transfer from him. Ooh.
And just, you're not seeing much output from I2. He's just fighting back these misdrops this entire game. And he puts him on the back foot defending the entire.
Vince's streak continues. 5 games in a row. That's almost unheard of at this level of play.
I don't think so. I think some players can be really streaky. I think Vince plays pretty streaky too. Once he gets on a roll, I think he can really capitalize on that. And I2 is having trouble on his end, and Vince is just jumping on him because he, at this level, when he spots some weakness, you just got to jump on it, and he's really good at doing that.
Do you think that that's what he's done? He's noticed a weakness in I2?
No, I think the weakness is due to misdrops. I think I2 can correct this, and I think he can come back.
Definitely. Definitely. It's not over yet.
It's kind of awkward play at the top, though. I think he kind of mismanaged his pieces there, and he didn't have anywhere to put his O block, and he ended up missing his I piece, which caused him to get pushed out because he couldn't use it to clear down a Tetris.
That's a tough situation to be put in.
Now, something to note, when you do have a streak like this in a match, it can get to you mentally. and you might start to panic a little bit and try to play faster, which misdrops more, and it might be like a nasty circle.
I think we saw that from Vince just now. Actually, he put what looked like a TKI on the left side of the field and a DT cannon on the right side of the field, and it wasn't a misdrop. I don't think it was just nerves, and he had to stack through it. So he's definitely feeling that pressure, just like you're talking about.
It's getting pushed a little high. He was going to make a T-spin there, but he decided just to downstack, which is probably a good decision because he got through that pretty nicely.
And Vince at the bottom of the field trying to stay on the offensive, but I
think he's playing much better this round too.
Oh, you think Vince is? Or I2?
I2. I think I2's playing pretty cleanly this round, and he's managing his pieces. And Vince is starting to get a lot of pressure, and he just gets destroyed by like a huge spike.
You called it. I2 came back with 107 APM, and wow, that's like 90 APM right there.
Sometimes it's not just magnitude of it; it's like when you send it. Sometimes if you send like 16 lines in just like a few seconds, you can just overwhelm your opponent, even if you didn't send much earlier in the round.
That's a good point. So Vince opting for a donation and trying to stack on top of that, but he has to clear it away.
With that in mind, I think that's actually one of Vince's strongest playstyle trends or traits. Is Vince is a really big spiker. Like he'll wait to send something so he can send like 2 Tetrises or something, or a Tetris and a T-spin, and he's going to lose this game because he misdropped. But I think that's one of his. Oh, maybe not. I2 only has a few seconds to capitalize, but he wasn't able to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like he holds a T piece and builds and keeps building on top of that. If he doesn't have to counter or anything, and so
yeah, instead of sending like 4 lines and then 5 lines after like a second or two, he'll just send 9 lines at once. Cool little prop there by I2.
That's a deadly strategy.
Nice little forecast as well. They're both playing pretty mid to low height, and they're just stacking attacks. And it's probably going to go along for another 20 seconds unless someone makes.
20 seconds because that's when hurry up garbage starts.
A little misdrop on Vince's field. He misdrops again, but this shouldn't be that troublesome. That's a 3rd misdrop in a row. He's starting to get pressured a little bit.
He's at the top of the field. What's he gonna do? Oh, that's it.
I think he could have almost gotten out of that, but he got the piece. The piece spawned inside another piece, so he got finished. But I think he might have had the right pieces to get out of that. That's important.
That's the thing about Tetris Friends. The pieces lock when they spawn, so a lot of times you get KO'd just by the pieces that you've placed beforehand.
It looks like they're both going to get a perfect clear here, and they used it to cancel, or IT used it to cancel Vince's. But he has a really clean field now.
That's interesting that he used it to cancel. A lot of times you might see him choose to just send it to the other player because Tetris Friends, it takes so long to receive your opponent's garbage or to be able to block it. But
some really awkward misdrops on Vince's end. I don't think it's going to be able to clear through this quickly. And it looks like Aitsu is just taking it right back with a little streak of his own.
Yeah, this is just really interesting to watch. Both players just taking games off of each other left and right, trading off like that.
So now it's tied again, 6-6. Who's going to gain the momentum now? Another TD cannon from Vince. I honestly hate that setup. I mess it up so much. But Vince executes it to perfection. A couple misdrops on Vince's end now.
And when Zero says TD cannon, he means triple double cannon, also known as the.
It's a T-spin triple into a T-spin double. So now it looks like the misdrops have come back to Vince's end, and Aitsu is playing pretty clean. So kind of like they're trading nerves or they're trading lag, but the misdrops seem to have a big play in this.
Always someone misdropping.
Mirror image, mirror image, perfect clears, but Aitsu misdrops his next piece, and he just is he doesn't have the right piece in hold to clear that one line he needed to access.
That was a 10-second game.
And opposed to the last perfect clear, where they both did it, this one they both accepted instead of both canceled.
That's really interesting to see that difference.
Vince going for some nice 6-3 stack here.
Oh yeah, and then a sky prop on top of that. Just
into a bunch of back-to-backs. It's a huge spike, but Aitsu is canceling a lot of his, but I don't think he has the piece to get through this. He has to waste his eye block, and he gets pressured out. Huge output by...
Definitely. The score is now 8-7.
Mirror image TKI. Both get good garbage. They both the garbage hole opens under both of their T blocks, so that's really cool. Or their overhangs.
I really like to see that tennis garbage where their fields just go up and they go down really fast.
Aitsu has some awkward garbage. I think he should get through this, but it's going to take a little bit of effort at least.
At least he's
and a misdrop he has.
Okay, Aitsu at the top.
Vince definitely sees this because he's trying to power through a lot of attacks, but he had a small misdrop he had to deal with, so that kind of slowed him down.
He just combined a donation with a ZTMB cave. That was delicious.
Kind of awkward misdrop from Aitsu. I don't think it should end him, but he's gonna have some trouble getting through this a little bit. And ooh, he almost topped out there. He's in some trouble now. A ton of output by Vince.
And that could have gone either way right before, because you know when the IP spawns, even if it spawns inside the well, it still tops you out just because of the way that Tetris Friends interprets that. So I was surprised that he lasted as long as he did.
He definitely got a little lucky there, but he had the piece ready for cancellation, so.
Yeah.
Also good stacking in this part.
Excellent stacking.
Trading blows at this point. Aitsu sort of has to deal with a little awkward stack, but he downstacks to perfection there, whereas Vince decided to misdrop.
Vince is just sending from the bottom of the field, and he has to do a little up stack because he is at the bottom, but oh no, that's a big misdrop.
His J block didn't rotate, and his Z didn't rotate there either, so he might have some issues right now, but he looks to be dealing with it perfectly.
Yeah, that was some nice platforming that he used to get rid of it.
They're both playing really low right now. Nothing too risky. They're just taking their time and trying to get to closer to the end game.
I really like to see these matches come down to hurry up garbage, because it just reminds you how close these players are in skill.
Really nice TSD on Aitsu's end, and opens up his Tetris hole. He should be able to get to his garbage route here. Nice prop TSD and then to back-to-back sends. Vince is dealing with it nicely though. And he sends a lot of dirty garbage to Aitsu.
Oh yeah, look at that. So Vince on the offensive here, but he makes some missed drops. Aitsu's able to down stack through it, and it's back to mid-game play. But not for long, because here's the hurry up garbage.
Hard to say who has an advantage here. They're just trading some blows. I think they both should be in a pretty safe position. Aitsu has some attacks he can send back.
A lot of times.
Now Aitsu's getting really pressured by Vince right here, and I don't think he's going to get through all this dirty garbage that he's sent. No. Huge.
Wow. I was gonna say, a lot of times when you're at hurry up garbage, it just comes down to where the wells spawn in the garbage.
And just out of nowhere, Vince has won 4 in a row, so he's streaking again. Let's see if he can continue it to 5. We got perfect clears on both ends. It looks like they both got it. Vince used his to cancel. Some cool back-to-back stacks on Aitsu's end. Vince is in a good position to send a lot of this back. He actually uses a lot of it to cancel incoming sends from Aitsu, so I think Aitsu is definitely on the aggressor in this round, and a misdrop might hurt Vince a lot here.
Yeah. Let's see if he can get out of it.
Well, Aitsu had a misdrop on his own end, so he wasn't able to send any extra pressure during that point, which allowed Vince to get through.
That's good.
It's a pretty cool fix Vince had there. He had another misdrop, but he decided to stack up a little bit and turn it into a TSD, which now gives him a really clean screen, and a little bit of dirty garbage gets sent. Aitsu seems to prioritize his down stacking when he needs to pretty well. Like whenever he gets like 3 or 4 lines of dirty garbage, he doesn't try to send any back-to-backs on top of it. He just goes right for the down stack, which is a smart move.
That also it makes it a little predictable. So if you know that he's going to go for the down stack, you might I don't know, you might be able to take advantage of that.
Just outpower his down stack with some sends. But you have to be prepared on your own end. He probably looks over to Vince's field and sees that he has time to go for that instead of a quick cancellation send.
You think so? You think he's screen watching?
I think Aitsu's one of the better screen watchers in the game. Looks like now that we're getting into the dirty garbage, the hurry-up garbage, we might see something happen pretty soon. A little misdrop on Vince's end that he should clear down. Actually, that was kind of awkward with the J piece. I don't know if that was a good idea, but he didn't get...
Did you see Aitsu timing that I piece so that he could block? He waited until Vince sent just so that he could block with that.
And one of the best times that... Wow, Aitsu actually missed his eyepiece, but Vince died just before that. So if Vince lived there, he would have definitely had that win. It's crazy when that happens at the very end. But what was I going to say? Oh, yes. Okay, so... In a timing battle where you're looking at your screen watching the opponent, it's really useful to know, like, if you see your opponent misdrop, they're not going to be focused too much on your screen. They're going to be trying to figure out how to fix the misdrop. And Vince actually timed his perfect clear there to cancel, instead of he waited for it to cancel instead of accepting. That's interesting. It was a conscious decision there, clearly.
Well, when it comes down to when it comes down to both players receiving garbage from a perfect clear, then then it becomes really unpredictable. Maybe Vince just wants to be more methodical about his playing.
And that might be pretty smart, because the only time they accepted it, it was like a 10-second game. So I think they're being pretty careful here. They don't want to give an easy win to the opponent. Some nice downstacking on Vince's end. It's pretty low now. And Aitsu's setting up some nice back-to-backs. Aitsu is going to send a big spike to Vince here, and he doesn't really have anything to cancel. Pushes him close to the top, but now he's accessed this hole, so he should be good. Doesn't really send much though. He just clears through a lot of the T-spins that he had built without actually executing them, which didn't send much to Aitsu. He does build a cool mid-game DT cannon though.
Yeah.
Huge, and it's over the hole too, so he has a third T-spin double that he cancels out.
Yeah, he got the bonus. That was really cool. You don't see that a whole lot at this level of play.
That's a pretty good foresight. Like, I think Vince saw that hole was underneath there, and that's why he decided to build the DT cannon there. A lot of dirty garbage on Aitsu's end. He's gonna have to downstack this a lot, and he wastes his eye block in the downstack, but looks like he did a great job getting through it. Especially since Vince helped him out a little bit by misdropping in his end. And now Vince has a lot of dirty garbage though. I don't know if he's as good a downstacker as Aitsu is, and I think it might show here because he's going to get pressure.
Let's see. Yep, you called it.
I only call it when I'm 100% sure, man. No caster's curse here.
Caster's curse.
So now it's a really close game. What is Aitsu up 1 now? No, Aitsu is still down 1.
That's right, 10-9.
Some simple back-to-back spins going on here. Pretty safe level. Aitsu fixes that misdrop with an I spin, which is kind of interesting. It actually was, I think, a good idea because it cleared it up without having any odd residue sticking up or left over.
Yeah, when you can do an ice spin, it generally means that things are messed up enough that it's a good idea.
I think Vince misses his eye block there, which means he has to really stack up quickly to get through it, and he misses an O over his hole as well. So it's kind of I think Aitsu saw that he was trying to save that to cancel, but so Aitsu just builds up on his own end and takes advantage of Vince's misfortune there with the misdrops.
And we saw Vince trying to time it really well at the end, but he just didn't have the right play field for that. So Aitsu was able to take advantage of it and put it away. It's now tied up at 10-10.
I like how Vince built up for that Tetris there. It's pretty smart. Like, he wasn't receiving any send, so he can just make his double lines into Tetrises to send some extra output. And another DT cannon over his hole, except this time he's not going to get the bonus. He might have to J-spin to get out of it, but he just decides to downstack through it. He missed his eye block again, and that did it.
No. That's a deadly mistake to make, missing your eye block.
It's a lot of APM for 40-second game. That's like the second game in a row that Vince has missed his eye blocks. That might need to start working on that eye block finesse.
You You think it was a finesse error?
I don't know. I'm just joking.
Oh,
It's hard to
wait,
tell on the
no.
spectator. But Vince is getting he's getting super pressured here, and I think he's going to get out of it though, because Aitsu didn't have one more send. But actually, Vince just didn't have the build up to cancel any of what is coming in, and Aitsu was relentless.
And we're coming up to what looks like the end of the match. It's 10-12, so Vince is going to have to catch up pretty quickly if he wants to stay in this.
That's 5 in a row for Aitsu. He's on a roll. Some nice simple stacks on both ends, right in the middle, so they can manage their field pretty well.
So the record streak this match is 6 from Vince. Let's see if Aitsu is able to break that, or if Vince ends up breaking Aitsu's streak.
I think they're both playing really well. No clear misdrops, and they're both pounding these back-to-backs. Beautiful play so far. Vince receives a big spike, but he cancels a little bit of it and turns it into some back-to-backs of his own. Aitsu getting pressured a little bit now.
He's able to get out of that. Even though he's so high up, it looks like he's still comfortable. I think
nice setup.
Not.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Both pretty clean right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Aitsu definitely isn't feeling nervous right now. You can tell.
And Vince has some terrible misdrops, and he's just not going to be able to downstack through it.
No.
It was really even, but then he missed a J block in like the most awkward position, and he didn't find a solution quick enough.
It's 10-13.
6 in a row for Aitsu.
Come on, Vince. You can do it. Not that I'm taking sides. Fake perfect clear from Aitsu.
So Vince does the... Oh, that's a really awkward hole he got. He was going to go for the back-to-back T-spin triple out of the TD cannon, but he got an awkward piece, and it just killed him. This is going to be game point next match.
He had to make his field more messy in order to get that triple. So when he did that, Aitsu was able to just send him a whole lot, and it's on to game point.
A slight misdrop on Vince's end. He's still going to have some back-to-backs this end. Pretty cool T-spin there by Aitsu. I think Vince is feeling a little bit of this pressure because a lot of times he turns some of these spins and like situations into T-spins, but he's just getting a little worried that he's playing a lot safer than he usually does. And he misdrops his T-spin. That's a tough one. Aitsu sees this and he immediately sends a spike.
Yep, Vince is definitely feeling the pressure here.
Vince actually countered pretty well there, and he sent a lot of dirty garbage to Aitsu.
Oh no.
Small misdrop on his end though.
Yeah, it means he had to downstack through his T-spins.
Vince is turning a lot of these situations into Tetrises. Oh, that's a really tough stack, but that's a beautiful fix that he did there. Turn that into a T-spin double.
He's just hanging in there, and timing really well to block Aitsu's attacks. Oh, two
He's
misdrops
playing a little
in a
better this
row.
match, but he's been misdropping a little bit, and that might come to bite him. And I think he does.
That could
That's
be it.
game. In the game of
Alright.
streaks, Aitsu wins 8 in a row to close it out. Well played match.
So, so now let's take a look at the brackets, I guess. Let's see. So, we just had in this game right here between Aitsu and Vince. That means that Aitsu goes on to play Megaroki, and then Vince goes down to play Johnny 147. And that's going to be tomorrow, I think. Is that right?
I'm not sure, but I think we have Blink versus Jason next. Is that right?
Yeah, Blink versus Jason 1407. Or what 0107.
Okay, it looks like we're having a private room, so we'll get in there in a minute.
Sounds good.
Looks like we're about to get ready to start the next match.
Okay.
The room is made and the players are in. We're just waiting for Morning P to come in.
And Blink wanted me to wait until. Oh, it's a different room. Blink wanted me to wait until until Jason joined. So.
Do you have the updated link?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Okay. He can't play on private room because he uses tuning. Oh, I mean, there's ways to add tuning to the URL, but maybe that's getting a little technical.
Maybe you should just PM the link with the URL on it, Jason. I mean.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna make a non-ranked. The room is made.
There it is.
They're gonna do 2 warm-ups before they start. You ready?
Am I ready? Yeah, just updating the scoreboard. There we go. So, both these players looking like they are very energized for these warm-up matches. Generally, when you see warm-up matches, the players kind of scale it back a bit and reserve their strength for the actual games. But I don't.
There are some things you can glean out of warm-up matches, though. I think that the biggest thing you can glean is who's misdropping the most, and it looks like Jason had some couple of tough misdrops early on, but he's doing well in fixing them, I think. But besides that, there's a lot you can glean about it. Sort of you can slight speed advantage, but sometimes people hold back, like you say.
And as far as the countries go, we have Blink from North America, or from California, if you want to get specific, and Jason from Taiwan. So that's who they're representing here, and this should be a really good match.
I think Jason's been hyped up as one of the best players in Taiwan, so I think he's the last one in the tournament from that region. So he's going to try his best to represent his homeland.
That's cool. Blink's at the top. That's the first warm-up game. There's going to be 2. Oh, did you do the stream title?
I gotta fix that. Let me see. Stream title is all updated.
Woohoo!
And before we get started with the next game, I'd like to thank all you new viewers for hopping in and joining us this Friday night, or Sunday or Saturday morning, depending on your region, I suppose.
I want to remind everyone that this is brought to you by Blue Planet Software, TM.
And we're about to go live.
Okay. Jason wins both warm-up games. We're about to see if Blink is playing mind games here, letting Jason take those, and then the real Blink's gonna come out and take the whole match.
I think Blink might be a slow starter in that regard, which warm-ups really help him with. He gets a lot of that poor play out early on, and then when he gets into a rhythm, he can win a bunch of rounds in a row.
saw him open with his signature 6-3 stack. He really likes that. He doesn't use it for sprinting, but he uses it just about everywhere else. Like in Puyo Puyo, Tetris.
And Blink's playing really quick right now.
He uses it in Ultra too.
Looks like he might have missed that eye block, but he wasn't pressured, so I don't know if it was a miss. Another point of trivia that we learned is Jason might be the youngest player in the tournament. I think he's only 16 years old, already considered one of the fastest players in.
Oh, really?
He's playing pretty well right now. Both playing relatively safe, not a lot of big mistakes that can turn the point. But actually, Blink has a lot of dirty garbage here, so he's gonna have to down stack. And Jason's jumping on him.
Come on. Okay, Blink got out of it.
He is stacking over his future hole a lot, so that lack of foresight there might hurt him a little bit, because when he has a lot of dirty garbage, he has to get through underneath it.
And one way to practice that, not that you can always predict where your garbage holes are going to show up, but so that you can get better at dealing with that situation, is to play cheese mode or a dig mode, depending on the game that you're playing. And you can do that on Null Pamino or JS Stress, lots of different ways, or on Culturus if you want to.
And Blink finished that last game with a huge spike. He sent like 16 lines or something really quickly. Really powered out Jason there.
Let's see how Jason catches that. Okay, so we had a misdrop from Jason. He ended up stacking on top of that, but Blink gave him some time to stack through it. And both players are at midfield right now. Not a whole lot going on, just down stacking through each other's down stacks. Meta down stacking, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, nothing too out of ordinary here so far. I think Blink had some pretty standard stacks, but he kind of lost it a little bit there, and he got pressured up in his moment of his concentration lapse there. But Jason misdrops, so it's really high up, and he's not going to be able to get through it. So Blink takes the second match in a row.
Maybe that's why you
Get a
should
basic.
go on.
It said basic TKI on Jason's end, and Blink was just countering with some a little standard build up, nothing in particular.
Oh, a dirty misdrop from Jason. That's enough for Blink to spike him out, and Jason does not have the right pieces to get out of that. So that's it.
Nope. He needed an L. Didn't have.
Oh, that was a short
Really
game.
quick game from Jason with a ton of APM. 15 seconds, he sent 35 lines.
That is huge. We're seeing
So it looks like
Blink,
Jason is the one with the 6-3 stack this time.
and Blink, it looked like he was attempting a perfect clear, but he didn't get that J piece at the right time. Oh, Blink's pushing him up. Is this the end?
Yeah, Jason had a tough misdrop. I think it was the T block. I don't remember. Over his hole, and Blink sees that opportunity and sent like at least 3 sends that pressured him over.
That's really good screen watching to know when to start spiking.
It was also bad timing too. I think he would have sent that spike even if he had not misdrop. But it's interesting you say that Blink was going for a perfect clear. I haven't known him to use that tactic.
No.
Is that one of the things he picked up from POPO?
He's definitely been practicing his perfect clears, so he doesn't do it all the time. But I mean, he wasn't going for like a setup perfect clear. He was doing like a perfect clear Tetris kind of setup, you know, where it's also good stacking at the same time. No self drops.
Right. And Jason's low, but he has like a few lines he has to clear through, whereas Blink can send a little bit back, but he's just sending some doubles, so nothing too groundbreaking.
Someone's asking for the schedule in chat.
I'll link it. The misdrop on Blink's end right when he gets pressured, so that was unfortunate. He just gets blown out of the water there.
That makes the score 4-2. We haven't seen any of these games go to hurry up garbage yet. They've been relatively short. So I wonder if it's going to get longer as these players get more accustomed to each other's play styles. Big spike from Blink. And Jason also almost not knowing what to do with that. But now there's a big misdrop on Blink's side.
See, that was an awkward spot because he needed to put the eye block over his hole to get that LP spin, and that was the only way he had a chance at clearing through that. But Jason wasn't gonna let him do that.
No, you just you don't have the time to clear things like that at this level of play.
Yeah, he's like 15 lines up, and when you have to stack a Tetris over your hole that's blocked, when you're already 15 lines up, you're not going to have that space.
We have Jason opening with a perfect clear setup. I'm not sure if he was faking Blink out with, a fake perfect clear, but not actually doing the perfect clear, or if he just didn't get the right pieces. But it looked like he was going for it at first.
Nice clean stack on Jason's side. I think he can turn this into a big spike. Perfect. Well done.
That ties up the score, 4-4. Both players opening with standard TKI and both getting lucky garbage underneath that. So Now we're just seeing it go very quickly to mid-game play. A little bit of messy garbage for Jason to stack through, but it looks like he can handle it. Meanwhile, Blake has he had two wells going on at the same time. He had to waste his eye block to get through that. Now we have Jason at the top. Jason gets topped up by Blink, and that's another game on Blink's score. These are just really fast games.
I think that's sort of their playstyle, or at least Jason's playstyle, where he goes for the huge output, and if he doesn't get through it, he's just gonna die due to misdrops or whatever. But he doesn't really play for the long game. Blink has that in his game, though. He can play for the long game, or he can play for the short game. He's very versatile in that aspect.
So it sounds like Blink's strategy should be to outlast Jason.
I think it's a very good strategy in this situation, at least.
We're seeing a lot of messiness from
Cool.
Blink.
S misdrop from Jason. He has to waste another one to slide it in, but pretty. Some really messy playfield on Blink's end, and he's receiving way too many lines to be able to get through this. Some nice pressure there. I love it when the players are able to punish bad stacking like that. It wasn't even misdrops or anything. It was just Blink had a big lull in the stacking. He got pretty lazy with it, and Jason jumped on.
Misstacking, mistake goes unpunished.
Nice timed attack on Blink's end.
Oh.
And he forces a misdrop, and he might be able to capitalize here. Now Jason gets to his hole.
Jason sped way up to do that. We're witnessing Jason's real speed here. He's capable of this speed. Of course, he doesn't always want to play this fast, in case he misdrops. But he's shown that he can when he's pushed.
So Blink had some awkward S placement there where he had to waste he does it again, where he has to waste an eye block just on the edge when he should be down stacking. And it really hurts his stack there because he wasn't able to go for a Tetris. He eventually got it because he wasn't pressured, but it really slowed him down a little bit.
And Blink getting out of that tight situation.
Jason keeps misdropping over his hole, and it looks like now he's just giving up and just stacking right through it. And he's going to do a T-spin triple here.
Yeah, it turned into a T-spin triple. So why not clear that? I wonder how much of that he did on purpose, because that was pretty cool that it ended up being a T-spin triple, but you've got to wonder. 141 lines then. So we're seeing that Blink was on the defensive for a lot of that game. And Jason takes the lead.
Looks like Jason took the lead here now. And he misdrops his second piece. Jason does. That's really unfortunate when you misdrop so early because you can't really do anything to cancel or to send. Kind of puts you on the back foot right from the get-go.
Blink having some misdrops on his side at the same time, though, so he wasn't exactly able to capitalize.
Yeah, and Blink keeps using his eye block over future garbage holes. I think it's a little bit of poor foresight. He hasn't really got punished, or he didn't get punished there for it, but it might come to bite him in a tougher situation.
Let's see if he's able to fix that in future games. Blink declining the T-spin triple. He down stacks right through it, like it's nothing to him. He doesn't want any T-spin triple.
And Blink's gonna have to carefully downstack this, carefully pick his pieces here, because he's gonna be pressured, I think, and he's gonna have to try to get through it. I think he does well enough to get through it, because Jason misdropped in his end, and I think Jason could have done a better job downstacking there too. He decided just to power through it, but I think some spins there might have helped him.
Was all of that sent over to Jason just from downstacking? Because Jason got topped out by it, whatever it was. Oh, we have a question in chat. Hey, do you know if timeouts are allowed? Well, what are timeouts?
Timeouts are not really a thing in these non-ranked games, because there's only 20 seconds in between each match, so the match will start automatically even if you want a time. They're going to play in private matches when you can control when the matches start, but they decided to play in the non-ranked instead. And the misdrop on Blink's end, it's going to be tricky. He's going to have to try to platform this, and he didn't really get the optimal pieces. And he's in a tough spot here. I think he might be able to get through it, though. That was purely because Jason wasn't able to capitalize.
I wonder if Jason was watching, or if he just wasn't in the right position.
And he has a messy misdrops on Jason's end now, so misdrop with the S block. Blink's not really capitalizing here, though. Kind of the opposite of last match, whenever someone had a mistake, the other player would just jump on him really quickly. We're seeing more, I guess, like you said earlier, parity. So when one player misdrops, the other player gives them some time by misdropping on their own end. Looking out for each other.
Just maybe calling a temporary truce here to try to downstack. Both of them are at the bottom of the field, so they start going at it.
Looks like they've stabilized on both ends, and now we should start seeing some more sends.
That's good. I want to see this be rough.
Kind of awkward eyepiece placement there in Jason's end, but Blink decides to just die, so he would.
We have Jason ahead by 1 again, but very close.
So they're both doing some non-traditional setups. They're just going straight up with like Tetris or TSD stack, with no real form.
That's a really defensive playstyle where you go for structure instead of sends. So I think that both of these players are just not as aggressive.
I think it's really good if you want to build rhythm, because sometimes when you just stack up really high with that, you get like 3 or 4 back-to-back sends really nice and neatly.
Definitely.
But huge amount of pressure from Jason that just outpowers Blink. A lot of Blink sends were used to cancel there. That's why his output looks so low.
Almost 120 APM, definitely over 100 there in 42 seconds.
That's exactly the rhythm I was talking about. He was just able to power out these back-to-back sends with this freeform stack. I guess it's not really freeform, but this back-to-back stack. I guess it's 6-3 now.
Yeah.
In a tough misdrop on Blink's end, and he doesn't have the pieces to get through this. He's gonna. When Jason was stacked so high up, he had so much firepower that he was easily able to punish Blink there. No true.
He's just throwing these away because it's 6-9 now.
Jason had a TSD that he decided to cancel out of. I didn't really see the purpose of that cancellation, but he's relatively. I mean, he's really safe right now, so no harm done. Slight misdrop on Blink's end, and he doesn't clear through it quickly, so he received a couple sends that kind of have him on his tail.
That's a lot different than earlier in the match where we were seeing Jason just go for a lot of sends. There's a nice fractal from Jason.
Kind of awkward. I mean, I think that's a misdrop on Jason's end. The S block. He thought it was something different. He clears through it. He's relatively low in his field, so he's not gonna get pressure. I think Blink's actually been he needs to stabilize his playstyle right now. He's kind of all over the place, not really doing anything too aggressively or too safe. He's kind of doesn't have a playstyle right now. He needs to start getting.
He doesn't have a playstyle.
I'm sorry. I probably phrased that poorly, but he's not playing his game.
No, you phrased it fine. The man needs to get a playstyle. He's got no style.
See, that was bad stacking on his end. Like he just didn't plan that out properly, and Jason punished him. Some awkward placements, and he's just out of rhythm. That's 4 in a row for Jason.
Yeah, we're seeing a streak here.
Oh, we see a perfect clear attempt on Jason's end. He gets it. And Blink, I think he used the glue.
Then in chat, Golden Shadow says, Blink, use your Bankai now. So,
Blink is known for calling out Bankai when he's down in past TTOs to varying effect. And if he needs it now, because he's lost.
yeah, he does.
I think what's really hurting Blink here is his stacking. His stacking is just not up to par. Stacking over holes above them, which means he has to clear even more lines to get to them, and that's slowing him down. And Jason's not going to give him the time that he needs to get through stuff like that.
Definitely. Because I wouldn't say that either player has a real speed advantage here. It's all coming.
They're both incredibly fast.
oh yes.
Not because one is slow or anything. Yeah. And Blink just gets pressured out there. He had a decent stack, but he didn't expect that much pressure. And
it's just coming down to other factors like efficiency and stacking.
And if Blink wants to get back into this game, he has to win this next match. Like, absolutely has to. He doesn't want to go. He doesn't want Jason to get to match point, or else that's a pretty big mental victory. And Blink is up stacking over his hole instead of getting down. And I think this might hurt him.
Oh no. Blink didn't do that.
See, it really slows him down. Like, he realized last second that I have to get down, and he wasn't able to send anything there, and he just gets out. And now it's going to be match point. That's, I think, 7 in a row.
Oh really? Okay, that's 6 to.
So this is match point.
No, not quite, because Jason won too. So it's 13-6.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Well, then exactly what I said last game, it applies to this game.
Yeah.
Blink with a little better stack on his ends. Jason, he got a little unlucky with that hole there, but it didn't cause him. But Blink now sending some back-to-backs. He might be in a good position to counterattack here.
Come on, Blink. Put this one away.
A little O miss block on Jason's end. He's going to have to platform up, which slows down his attack a little bit. Blink with a decent field so far this game.
And Jason playing very aggressively with a 7-2 stack.
And he got a really nice combo there too. I think that was like 6 or 7, a down stack combo. It sends a couple dirty lines over. And he's really low now. Jason is gonna go for the up stack.
Jason clearly feels like he's in the lead. He's going all out. He's playing very aggressively. This is a complete shift from how he was playing earlier. So
yeah, he's definitely in charge of that match at the end there. He was just powering out back to back after back to back. He was going faster than we've seen him all match too, and it's just hard to keep up with that when someone's in the groove.
It's down to game point now.
And he's won 8 in a row. Let's see if he can close it out with 9 in a row. Blink with a kind of awkward T-spin single stack there.
That's the second time in this match that he's done that. Looks kind of like a Mr. T-spin's STD, except there's no STD there.
And Blink, he wins. I didn't see if Jason misdropped or not.
I think Blink just spiked him out.
Let's see if he's gonna take the momentum back, but it's a tough mountain to climb. It's down 7. Clean stacks on both ends. Tough little single hole opened up on Blink's end underneath that eye block, but he shouldn't be in any. It's taking a long time clearing through it though. You have to be really careful against somebody like Jason because he's shown that he's able to absolutely just manufacture lines on especially when he's in the groove, just out of nowhere. So Blink, I think, might be playing a little safer than he normally does, but I think he has to. And Blinks is taking too long getting through this garbage, and he's making some poor placements as far as down second goes. And I think that's really hurting him because he's receiving a lot of this dirty garbage, and underneath that, a lot of big sends. So Jason's strategy is really paying off here. Some really nice back-to-back TSDs on Jason's end too.
Blink just fighting for his life.
I think Blink might have the slight advantage with the stack right here, but Jason is getting through this pretty well. He misses the eye block though. Jason does. He has another one in reserve, so that should save him. Blink misses an S block, and that's it, guys. Good games, well played. Jason, huge showing. He might go far, this Jason guy. Pretty solid.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's take a look at the bracket. So we just saw Jason versus HD Blink right here. that means that Jason goes on to play Yui Metal. That's going to be a really tough match for Jason. And now Blink is going to go down to play Fron S. And that's going to be a difficult one for Blink. So that's all. I think that some of that's going to happen tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I believe Daniel is going to be commentating this next one.
All right, guys, I'm gonna step out here. Thanks for listening to me over the last couple matches. Take care.
Hello.
We are about to start the next match. It's going to be Microblaze versus a Jamba. Room now? So if you didn't know, Microblaze is the fastest player in the world and has been for quite a while. He has the #1, I think 17 point something seconds. He's also developed his all-around skill set recently. He was the most highly ranked player from North America in Tetris Tournament Online 3. And he did really well in Tetris Tournament Online 4 as well. Jamba, meanwhile, he's a really good player from the Japanese community. He's one of the favorites to win this tournament. Based on the notable players list, polished offensive player in the tournament, he comes up with insane spikes out of nowhere that are just really hard to see. That here as the match gets started. Right now, they're just doing one warm-up match. This is the warm-up match, I believe, so the real match is going to start right now. Good luck, have fun for both players.
Who do you think's going to win?
Predictions, Jamba is the heavy favorite, but you could see a special performance out of Microblaze if he doesn't misdrop and he times very well, and he needs to, because he does have a huge speed advantage.
Oh no. That just ended really fast.
He was trying to stack for a combo there, and Jamba managed to perfect clear him really quickly. And since he was stacking above row 20, that topped him out. He's a player who uses the perfect clear a lot. He's usually able to pull off like 2 to 3 in succession at the beginning pretty easily, so that's something that Microblaze knows and will be watching out for. Turn that into his own advantage by using all the clean garbage as he has right here. And the Jamba's in a little bit of a tight spot here as he's at the top of his matrix. We're just going back and forth. No one really has a clear advantage here, although a Jamba just sent that spike out of nowhere, as I mentioned earlier. Sent it all back and takes the second inning, just like that. Setting up for what looked like a perfect clear, but ended up just being a T-spin setup, and he's chained that into multiple back-to-backs in quick succession. And Microblaze has a little bit of an awkward stack, but he managed to get out there, and the Jamba manages to send 44 lines in 21 seconds. Over 120 APM, a really amount of garbage in such little time. Perfect clear here, and Microblaze, instead of accepting the garbage, he decided to block it and set up a series of back-to-backs for himself. Little bit of dirty garbage, but with his speed and down stacking ability, should be able to get out of it pretty easily, though a Jamba has a lot of lines. Down stack combo by a Jamba was insane. Jamba's method of downstacking.
You know what's really interesting is the Jamba always is sending lines, but Microblaze, he can't seem to really send anything. Like every round, he's in the single digits, isn't he?
I think he's having a little bit of trouble dealing with the Jamba's APM, and aspect of a Jamba's game is that even when he's downstacking, he's sending a massive amount of lines, as you saw the previous match, and you really just
Every
don't
time he downstacks, it's always a combo.
have that much breathing room with him, and you have to really get him on the ropes with a large spike. Unfortunately, Microblaze is a terrible misdrop here, but he manages to block some of a Jamba's incoming lines.
See, when
And
Phil is downstacking, he has to use a lot of singles to downstack, and those don't really send lines unless they're combos. So it's kind of counterintuitive when Jamba's just sending line after line.
Jamba's in a really ugly position. This is a perfect game that Microblaze can take. And in time, but wow, a Jamba managed to get out by canceling, and
Oh no, that hole.
win these games if he times correctly and uses his speed in the right way, which he has managed to harness over the years. It's 3-2. Starting out with what looks like a perfect clear opener. What do you think about the perfect clear opener in terms of like this match?
I think it's risky in a high level play just because when you're playing against someone who knows how to actually play and send back lines, you're essentially just sending them free garbage.
Advantage here when if both players decide to perfect clear each other.
Oh, you know, it's interesting because I thought it would be really one-sided. Not saying that Microblaze is a bad player or anything, but just I felt like the Jamba would be sweeping it. But, you know, Phil is doing extremely well.
I think Phil really knows when to burst, and that gives him a huge advantage because speed, you'll increase his efficiency to observe levels. Like he can place like 9 pieces in 2 seconds.
That's true.
He spins like way faster than his opponent, and that could give him an advantage with the perfect clear situation, which normally would go to the more efficient player.
But it's not about efficiency, really. It's about who can spike at the right time.
Jamba has this really awkward situation again. Fortunately, Phil has a misdrop of his own to fix. Otherwise, he might have been able to take advantage of that. And Phil is actually... Phil is Microblaze, if you guys didn't know. Well, Phil is at the top of his matrix, and he should be able to get out of this pretty easily. And now he has a lot of clean garbage, and they're both sending back-to-backs.
If you guys didn't notice, the Jamba just did a really fancy spin. I think that's called the polymer spin.
Used
And-
since like TTO too, I think.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's not a spin you really, take out in a high level tournament. I'm not really sure. Not the polymer spin. What is it?
I was not paying attention to a Jamba screen, so I
Oh, it
missed
was just a T-spin triple with a cool overhang.
That Microblaze with the quick spike, and this match is now tied.
Yeah,
It's a lead,
interesting.
4-3. Microblaze is emphasizing sending more messy garbage to a Jamba. That will sort of stifle his offensive attack, because Jamba does generate a lot of T-spins and Tetrises, mostly T-spins, but if he has to deal with a lot of messy garbage, as you can see on his field right now, downstacking that, and if he can't generate large downstack combos every time, then he's going to have trouble. And as you see, Microblaze wins again.
Do you think a Jamba is nervous?
Whenever anyone plays Microblaze, they're not like, completely confident that they can beat him. Like, they might be more skilled in some aspects, but Microblaze, if he uses his speed correctly, he can beat anyone in the tournament. His
Speed is an
potential-
advantage that people should know that can trump any other skill. Like, you could be a great
Yeah.
downstacker, but if you can't go fast enough, you'll always lose.
Microblaze has really learned how to use his speed well.
But
He
it
really
also
has
shows
to
how
balance.
much, the Western community has come, because in TTO 1, 2, and 3, I believe, none of the Western players made it to, I believe, top 8.
I think,
Okay.
I just remember Blink made it to the finals,
Other than Blink.
other than Blink. Yeah, other than Blink, I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah,
Blink
and-
was the clear,
Western champion.
a long time.
So, it shows that, we have a new generation, and Phil seems to be the runner-up for it. And for him
Totally
and
so.
Vince to even take games from the Japanese community, quite an achievement, in my opinion.
Phil can really just hold his own against anyone.
So can Vince.
Tries.
I'm not sure if everyone saw Vince versus Aitsu, but that was definitely a match worth watching. So you guys should
That was
watch it.
that was probably the match of the night, but this has a chance to tie it.
be a very
Phil is
interesting match if Phil wins.
I think everyone had the Japanese as like heavy favorites to win like pretty much all their matches, but as you can
Mhm.
see, a lot of North American players really have what it takes to, challenge them.
Oh yeah. Look at that. I have a question. Who's your favorite, Daniel?
Overall player,
Mm-hmm.
probably
In
a
this
Jamba. Like
tournament. A Jamba.
let's say a Jamba, because
So
his
you think that a Jamba has a clear chance of winning TTO 5?
I think he has a good chance of winning. I wouldn't. I don't think I would take him over the field, but I definitely think he's one of the top contenders.
What about Yui Metal? He was the
Defending
past
champion.
champion for
Yeah,
TTO 4.
you can't. You can never count him out. He's a really calculated player. He downstacks really well. He's
Mm-hmm.
also very clean and he times well. So, like his game, he can beat anyone as well. I think Ajamba's dealing with a lot of misdrops today, and that's very problematic against a player who knows how to use Microblaze.
And Phil is
Microblaze
downstacking
does.
really well. Like it was a little shaky in the beginning, but now he's downstacking in a way that he can build T-spins relatively easily.
I think he gained a lot of confidence after he won like 3 in a row early on.
Mm-hmm. And then Jamba had to block that hole with an eyepiece, which just makes him, it forces him to stack with so many more blocks than he has.
Was winning 7-4 now.
Oh
Like if
no.
he wins this, like Microblaze has a chance.
I guess I'm not going to be buying a Jamba any lunch. Unfortunate.
This is actually he's doing really well. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
guess there's curse there. Microblaze has noticed is that if he cheeses a Jamba a lot, he
Mm-hmm.
puts him in a lot of awkward positions where like he might have to make a bad stacking decision, and that gives him more room to spike him out.
Yeah, a Jamba has a tendency to be fancy. Like he's also kind of like Vince. They're both players that know a lot of spins. And so I feel like that also kind of plays to their disadvantage when the blocks or the fields are messy. Well, not this time at least.
Yeah, Microblaze had an unfortunate misdrop at the top, which
Mm-hmm.
was just not gonna work out because the Jamba had a spike set up.
I feel like when the garbage is like so clean, just like this past match, it's really a matter of who gets to it first without a misdrop.
Jamba might be a little bit better at using clean garbage, but Phil is very smart for noticing that and adjusting his garbage sends.
These are really quick matches.
He misdropped that Z piece over his long garbage hole, and he would have to go through 2 bags before he would at least clear those 2 lines. That would just be
Unfortunate.
too much.
Yeah, especially when you're playing against a Jamba who's almost as fast as Phil. Not quite, but
Both players went for the perfect clear opening here, but Ajamba really took advantage of the incoming garbage really quickly, and 9 seconds, 22 lines in 9 seconds.
I know the past 3 rounds, there's nothing to say, really. They're just sending the garbage.
These players are just misdropping, and that's the deciding factor. But earlier on, it was really interesting how Microblaze was sending cheesy garbage to Ajamba and how like successful it was.
Someone go remind Microblaze to do cheesy garbage right now. Oh no,
Is
unfortunate.
not. Oh, that's unfortunate. Jamba's just really powering through. If you aren't sending him a lot of messy garbage, his raw APM just by upstacking is insane. As he can see so many spins that a lot of other players would have a hard time seeing. Microblaze stops misdropping, he can get himself back into this match.
Oh, look at that. The Tetris
Before-
god gave him a gift. Oh no, and he threw it
Oh, no.
away.
Fortunate. Those types of misdrops are like not recoverable, especially after you send like 14 lines of clean garbage and then you misdrop over your long hole.
But that round was his. He unfortunate man.
Are both players going for the perfect clear opening, but Microblaze with a slight misdrop, or now 2 misdrops. Jamba completes the perfect clear. Microblaze really needs to clear. Wow, he did have the Tetris piece, and
No, he should be able to survive.
now he reverse spiked the Jamba out. If he didn't have the eyepiece there, he would have lost, but instead he cleared through and gained access to his garbage, set up T-spins and Tetrises, and won the match. Microblaze showing that he can play the clean garbage game as well. Consistently going for the perfect clear setup. And that's 2 in a row right here. Just blocks all of it with his eyepiece Tetrises. An awkward situation. If Microblaze can speed up a little bit and send T-spins and Tetrises, this one is his to take. And I think a Jamba has nowhere to put that S piece and wipe him out right here. Turning out to be a very close match. It's 10-9 in the Jamba's favor so far. For hand right now.
So Jamba and Phil both have a lot of tournament experience. Do you think it's helping them at all?
I feel like both players have enough tournament experience where they are able to be flexible in their playstyles during game matches. Helps them not be nervous. I feel like neither player is like actually nervous here, and I think it's just a matter of who adjusts better.
Do you know what the seeding was for last TTO for both players? Do you know how far they went?
I think a Jamba was 12th last TTO, and Phil was 5th. Yeah, he was 5th.
So look at a Jamba's field. It's not the prettiest, but somehow he downstacked it all the way down.
Those situations, if you really don't have a large spike set up, he's gonna get out of that. And unfortunately, Phil has that misdrop on his field.
Oh no!
Oh, okay, that's unfortunate.
But can a Jamba top him out? Phil is surviving extremely well for what he's doing. Like, he's kind of doing the how is he even alive kind of plays.
That eyepiece, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten out and would be back at square one for that game.
It's like sometimes when you're playing PF, you're not playing against someone, you're playing against your own misdrop. I feel like maybe
Being able to fix misdrops is a big part of the game, and having tournament experience really helps with that. I think both players are fairly competent at that.
Look at them
They're
both.
just stalling now.
Mind games right now.
To clear first. Oh,
Oh.
that was close.
Nice.
Still was like a few. Could have been game. There's a nice
Jamba
little.
failed that T-spin.
Get out of his misdrop with a T-spin right there. And he does have a little bit of messy garbage, but he sets up a Tetris and cancels some incoming garbage. Now he has a T-spin and
That garbage just gonna be really hard to downstack.
I thought a Jamba
Jamba's just making these like rotation mistakes. You can clearly see he wanted to put it to the left, but he just didn't rotate it. But this has been reoccurring. So maybe he's lagging? Who knows?
Possibly. After maybe like 20 games, usually players start to experience a bit of lag. And also he's been like in Tetris Friends for the past few hours as well. So is Microblaze, so that's why you see he has a lot of misdrops. That perfect clear was because he couldn't clear that eyepiece misdrop overhanging on his stack.
Jamba is known for starting matches with the perfect clear. Do you think it's his favorite opening?
I'm pretty sure it is, given that he does it pretty much every game. Sometimes he sort of tricks you. It looks like he's going for a perfect clear, but he starts stacking up. Yeah.
Because he knows that it's not going to work out.
With a nice spike here, and Jamba almost got pushed to the top, but since he didn't have much of a dirty stack, he was easily able to get out.
But I also feel like a Jamba did that on purpose. You saw him wait, right? I feel like he was waiting for waiting for the garbage so that he can counter spike.
In a little bit of an awkward position. If he has the right pieces, he can get out, and he did. And now it will just be...
You know what's interesting is Jamba is literally able to build T-spin after T-spin after T-spin. You just saw him go T-spin double 3 times. And that's not something that even high-level players can really do right off the top of their heads.
Usually need to fix their stack after a few T-spins to set up another T-spin that doesn't mess up their stack, but the Jamba's just able to keep going.
Yeah. This is why he's probably one of the most interesting players to watch, at least.
Awful lot today. That double by a Jamba there. It's at the top of his matrix, but he did cancel out some incoming lines. Microblaze has to get out of this quickly. Unfortunately, he isn't able to in that game. Players being so offensively gifted, a lot of these matches are very quick, especially with all the misdrops, because the other player just instantly abuses and tops them out. Here, Jamba just needs one more match to win, and Phil needs to win 4 in a row to go into Deuce. This looks like he has access to his garbage, and
Phil's stack is looking really good. Oh no, Jamba's doing that thing again.
I understand that actually. I think Phil managed to spike him out. I think Phil saw that and he was like, well, this is my opportunity.
I've noticed while we're watching people play, every player has 1 or 2 pieces that they use to fix their field.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I was watching Vince earlier. He would always use the S or Z piece to fix his field. But it seems like a Jamba's favorite is, I believe, the L piece, the orange one.
Yeah, I can see that as well. He really knows how to skim well with that.
So it's like, let's find Phil's. Maybe he just misdrops everything, so can't really say which piece, but
It's 14-12. Phil can come back. He just needs to win 2 more to tie the game.
Or he just needs one more, and then he'll gain confidence. And then win
Been a
another.
game of bronze so far.
Mm-hmm.
All like players just.
No. Oh no!
Massive.
He stacked above the hole. Again.
I think he'll be fine here.
See, this is something that only able to be done by players that are fast. Players who are slow cannot stack on top of a hole and still survive.
Oh, that is an advantage, but like Phil knew to.
Oh no!
That misdrop is not good. Well,
But
he turned it
Jamba
into a
plays to it.
teaspoon.
No. They've both misdropped. Oh no, a Jamba.
Practicing lately because he's doing really well today.
Is he doing really well? Or, maybe this is just him normally and we just haven't noticed.
Yeah, maybe I haven't noticed because usually when he's playing casually, he's not really trying that hard. Or win and it's tied. Phil side, but he really needs to take this match to go into overtime. Jamba there, instead of going for the perfect clear, he stacks up for T-spin doubles.
Oh, I think this is a Jamba's.
I think Phil was screen watching and he managed to cancel some points.
I think he canceled almost all of them, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. For Phil.
Jamba's really playing aggressive. He wants to end this now.
That's a massive combo.
But it wasn't enough.
Phil's downstack combo was really nice there. He managed to cancel enough lines and then get access to his garbage. The Jamba is really playing aggressively here. He's realizing that if he doesn't play aggressively, Phil can always get out. Stacking along with his defensive timing good enough to get out from a lot of situations.
Oh no, he failed that T-spin triple. Oh, he failed it again.
Yeah. Now it's tied 14-14. It's like Microblaze is so good in the chat. And like, now he's realizing it.
No. So Daniel, do they have to win by 2?
So it's 14-14, and each player, like whoever wins, has to win by 2. So it will go to at least 16.
So let's make some predictions. What do you think the score is going to be?
It might go past 16 because these players are just pretty close in skill level. Unfortunately, that misdrop right there by
Jamba.
Players and misdrops, but Microblaze has access to his garbage, and if Jamba doesn't get out now, that will be game, I think. Now, really nice down stacking on both sides. Now Phil has a lot of misdrops to deal with, but he T-spin and cancel some incoming lines. Now he set up a Tetris to cancel more lines.
I feel like this is the moment where tournament play comes at hand.
The wrong pieces at the wrong time there. As both players were down stacking, the Jamba gained access to his garbage a little more quickly and managed to set up a spike to top him out. Phil will need to win this next game to tie up the match again.
I really wish that they would play up to like 20, you know?
Oh, let's see if Phil can get out of this.
Oh no!
3 perfect clears. And Phil missed.
Look at Microblaze. I used glitch. Good game.
Match, and now we'll move on to the next round, which I believe is Hebo Mai, a 3-time defending champion, versus Whip Emerald, who's really good and There's a lot of fancy T-spins. Even use his center forward that much in this match, but it did go down to the wire.
Did he even use it? I only saw it once, maybe.
Last round, when he perfect cleared 3 times in a row, I was like busy watching to see if Microblaze would get out of those miss drops.
Me too. I didn't even realize he had done that until Phil had died.
We are on to the next match, and the previous streamers Morning P and I think Jupiter Joe will take over.
Am I connected? I think I am
Yep.
connected. Okay.
Yep, you're
Alright,
connected.
cool. I'm not seeing the room yet.
No room yet.
You can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, your volume's great.
Oh, I got a delay now.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing. Okay. I got rid of the delay.
Great.
Hey, Morning P, what do you know about Whip Emerald?
Whip Emerald. Emerald is pretty young. His first tournament experience in a Western tournament was TTO 3, where he went up against Blink, and he thought that he would beat Blink, but Blink beat him, and it was really intense. But Whip Emerald is one of the top contenders, definitely. I don't know if it's quite his time yet, but there will be a good showing. Whip Emerald versus Hebo today. What do you think it will wipe Emerald?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to get this echo removed. There was a feedback loop. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Because of the two
the
calls,
whole
I
stream
had
can hear
a
you.
feedback loop.
Oh, okay. So everything's good now. Oh.
I might still have that feedback loop. I can live with it.
So, let's see. We're just waiting for HM39 right now. So, as soon as he shows up, we'll start.
Test. Test. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting for our matchup. There's 2 matchups left tonight, and One Pun Man and HM, is it 39?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, an incredibly fast player versus another incredibly fast player, but they use slightly different techniques.
I would say that One Pun Man is the more technical of the two, the more clean stacker. His style is a little closer to Yakin and Vince's. And HM39 is a more typical Japanese player. He's really well-rounded, so we'll see a good matchup, I think. Let's see. Do we know what their LPM is?
Sorry to interrupt. HM39 and One Pun Man is being rescheduled.
Oh.
Okay, so we're waiting for Hebomai versus Whip Emerald. Most people will know Hebomai, a 3-time winner of the Tetris tournament online. Whip Emerald is placed, no, well, not placed, but been in previous tournaments. Do you want to tell us more, Morning P?
About Whip Emerald?
About Whip Emerald, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So Whip Emerald is pretty young, and he was notorious for thinking that he was just better than all of the North American players. Thought that he would beat Blink and everything. And so that was really something when Blink took that match from him in TTO 3. Let's see if I can pull up the bracket so that we can talk about it. Let's see. There we go. TTO 3. So this is how Whip Emerald did in TTO 3. He went up against Blink, very close match, and got sent to the losers bracket by Blink. Won against Kohakuseki. Then made it through the losers bracket until he faced QMK, who knocked him out. And then, of course, Jamba knocked out QMK, and it went from there. Just a really cool time. I think this is the first time that we have seen HM39 in a tournament. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up TTO4 to see if HM39 is here. Oh, okay. HM39 totally was in TTO4. Yeah, so let's see here. HM39 got a good start, beat Google, beat Toto, but he lost to Popoy. And Popoy went on to into the top 16, which you can see over here. And Popoy went on from there. You can see that Popoy and Whip Emerald must be pretty closely matched because Blink got 15 against Popoy and he got 13 against Whip Emerald in TTO 3, assuming Blink didn't improve between TTO 3 and TTO 4. He probably did. But yeah, that was how it was. And then Whip Emerald in TTO 4 went up against Yui Metal here, got sent to the losers bracket right away. Then lost straight up to Microblaze. Now let's take a look at the prediction bracket to see what people think is going to happen. TTO 5 predictions. Oh no, I wasn't talking about Hebo, I was talking about Whip Emerald. You beat Whip Emerald. Okay, so anyway, here are the TTO 5 predictions. The best prediction so far is by one pun man. So let's pull up those. And keep in mind, these are predictions. So we don't know that this is going to be the way that things turn out, but this is what one smart guy thinks is gonna happen. So we have all this. Okay. So this is interesting. He predicts that Hebo Mai and Whip Emerald are going to play each other. He predicts that Whip Emerald will beat Hebo Mai. So that's going to be interesting to see. Because I'm not quite sure that that's going to be the case. I'm not so sure. Then let's go to the second most accurate prediction, which I believe is by Captivate. Oh, what do you know? Captivate thinks that Whip Emerald is going to beat Hebo Mai also. So that's the prediction for this match, folks. Let's not preclude anything from happening here. But that's just the prediction. So folks, I've just heard that the next match is going to be in about 5 minutes between Whip Emerald and Hebo Mai. So just stay tuned there and we'll get another match pretty soon.
Okay, sounds great. folks, we're getting real close to the time here. They're just making a room, so it'll be a game real shortly. Thank you for your patience. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the final match of the night. We're wondering if there's going to be warm-ups. players.
Whip Emerald
decided.
says no warm-ups, so they're just gonna go for it. That means that the scoreboard will be accurate.
Well, anyway, it's not a tournament unless it's got Hebo Mai. It's going to be a fun time tonight. Will the players have to modulate their playing styles? Will they have to go more defensive? Will they try to pull up things that they don't normally do just to try to get an edge? We'll see.
Now, Hebo Mai has been playing a lot of Tetris the Grandmaster over the past year, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares against Whip Emerald, because I know that Whip
I asked
Emerald
him directly. I said, do you mostly play TGM these days? And he said no, flat. It was kind of interesting. He wanted people to remember that he's the man. You know?
Who asked him that?
I did. He
Oh
was
my
warming
God.
up against a variety of players, one of which was Vince. I only got to watch a couple of rounds, but he was putting out APM that I remember from when he was in his ass-kicking days, you know. So everybody's thinking he's moved on, but maybe he's got something to prove. As always, we thank everybody for their patience. Getting these matches together is no easy feat. People from all around the world are playing. I don't even know what time it is in Japan right now. It can't be an easy time to play. It may be very early in the morning.
Let's see.
But we appreciate the fact that everybody understands that and tries to accommodate each other. It's a very friendly tournament, but it is a serious tournament. There are big prizes involved. We're sponsored by Blue Planet Software, Tetris Online Incorporated, and there's a Raspberry Pi, there's a high-end keyboard, and there's even a fun little plush Game Boy with a cartridge. It's
Make sure to
Fun
buy Tetris
prize.
Ultimate, folks. It is 1:39 p.m. in Japan.
Yeah. Not a normal time for a start. And if you're listening out there, young Griffin Adam, I told you I'd give you a shout out. It's not the size of the fight in the dog. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. I butchered that. But there you go, kiddo.
Oh, it looks like they're about to start. So, 80-second now. Oh, Whip Emerald is, it's whenever Whip Emerald does the start button. So I think we're just waiting on him. He
Yeah, he
says
may be
start,
AFK.
question mark.
Oh, and I got disconnected.
Oh no. Who is he thinking, when will you ready?
Well, Whip Emerald's the host, and
Oh,
I
there
think
they go.
Here we go.
No warm-ups.
Not what I was expecting from either one of them. A C-spin from Whip Emerald and kind of a Tetris start from Hebo. I think he cleared it as a double, misdropped, and then had some struggles.
Yeah,
Hebo was
Hebo
calling
does
that a
like a
warm-up.
Tetris start every once in a while, but I don't know what he was doing with that double.
Oh, I'm now the host of this room. Okay.
Wait, that wasn't a real game?
Whip Emerald is confused as well. Okay, so
Oh, okay, so that was not a real game.
two warm-ups. Here we go.
Perfect clear start from Whip Emerald. He does not opt for the perfect clear. He instead gets a T-spin double out of it. Hebo Mai stacking for a T-spin double now. He's got a nice stack, but he kind of blocked it. Whip Emerald at the bottom of his field. Already kind of pushed Hebo to the top, but Hebo looks like he's going to be able to get out of this.
Yeah, it's,
Really intense match here. Both players playing pretty well, I think.
and he's already looking like Hebo again. Even
Yeah,
with that misdrop.
He looks like Hebo. Oh, we got a fractal from Whip Emerald. And that's when you stack two T-spins on top of each other.
Hebo had a perfect S-clear opportunity, but he didn't wait too long for it. Some people get caught up in that.
Oh no, Hebo's at the top. And he just did a thing. Okay, that's it. Joe, are you telling Hebo that this is the last warm-up?
I'm the host now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh, you're the host of the room?
Yeah, I'm the room host.
Weird. For me, it shows that Whip Emerald is the host.
Yeah,
But-
he moved it over to me for some reason.
Okay, you're the host.
Hebo's got some bad garbage, but he's getting through it. Again, this is a warm-up round. Next round will be the beginning of the match. Whip Emerald takes them all. Got good luck. Have fun. Both players are ready. Whip Emerald took all 3 warm-ups.
Hebo opting
Ooh,
for...
a bad misdrop there for Whip Emerald.
Yeah.
Hebo did a T-spin mini that doesn't do anything on Tetris Friends, but it worked out for him. That was a great little bounce back by Whip Emerald. Wow, this is fast-paced.
We're playing some pretty motivational music here on stream, so so I hope they do something motivational.
I think they're motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the Raspberry Pi. Who knows? That gaming keyboard is pretty sweet.
There's a raspberry.
It's a Raspberry
I guess
Pi. It's some sort of deluxe ultimate starter kit. I can't remember, but it's that's first place.
A Raspberry Pi is like. Wait, why are we being mentioned? Oh.
All right, so Hebo takes the first round, 1-0. So it's Whip Emerald -3 if you're looking at the scoreboard there. This may be a little bit more rapid between rounds because it's a private room, so maybe about 5 to 10 seconds faster between rounds. Right off the bat, we're seeing some misdrops from Hebo. Whip Emerald powering through, trying to use that to his advantage.
I think that Hebo's gonna get out of it. Oh wow, that was a really fast down stack from Hebo. He just sped way up and got out of it. But then we saw a misdrop from Hebo. Oh, and Whip Emerald really pressuring him here. Let's see if he
really
can get
is.
out of this.
Yeah, pulled out that super T-spin double to keep it up. He's a little low stacked pressure enough.
This is some monster APM from Whip Emerald.
Yeah, it really is. Well, I mean, you gotta get up to play Hebo.
That's true.
And he takes the round. All right, we're going to 15. Nobody's gonna get the 10-0 shutout.
Nope.
Not that we thought they would. 98 lines in 66 seconds. That's almost 1.5 lines per second, almost 90 APM. That was impressive.
Okay, Whip Emerald opting for what's known as Mr. T-Spin Single Triple Double, or STD. It pushes.
Is that the floating one?
It's not the floating one. It's what looks like it's a really bad idea at first, and then it ends up being kind of cool.
And so much pressure from Hebo. Whip Emerald barely survives it, and now Hebo doesn't have enough ammunition to throw back. That was an impressive down stack. What survival. Now Hebo's got the eye misdrop and some ugly little bits of garbage below. He's gonna have to go fast.
Oh no, that's another misdrop from Hebo. And
yeah, he was pressing there.
He's not even spinning the pieces in place. He's just powering through it.
I don't know if Whip Emerald was screen watching there. He had an opportunity.
Okay. Hebo at the bottom of the screen. Let's see if
everybody's
he can
pretty
use
safe
this to
now.
his advantage.
Oh, that eye misdrop. I mean, it's clearable. It's a shame to waste one, though.
Hebo's
staying lower stack than I think he wants to.
What?
He's feeling pressured.
We just got an S-spin triple from Whip Emerald.
That's confidence.
This is now officially an all-spins game.
Well, it's a good fix if you've got the pieces at the exact right time. Normally, you just, clear over it.
Yeah, but it's like he set it up. He set up the ice spin triple the entire way. Like, I don't know. There were other ways to clear through it, and he was.
And
just
Hebo
like,
takes the round in 147 seconds, 163 lines, 141 from Whip Emerald. That was a lot of output. All right, so it's 2-1 Hebo Mai now, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Hebo takes the lead, but it's early. Hebo going for Tetrises as opposed to a perfect clear. Whip Emerald fixing that kind of bad misdrop, but it was easy to fix.
The Hebo's field looks disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's gonna get out of this.
He got that zigzag garbage that can really kill you. 34 lines in 23 seconds, even with a little bit of a tricky misdrop. No problem for Whip Emerald. And we're all tied up.
This is definitely a top tier match here.
Oh, this is... Yeah, if anybody was underrating Whip Emerald, they're seeing real quickly they were wrong. DT
Very
Cannon
fast.
from Whip Emerald. Hebo Mai goes with a perfect clear. Oh! Whip Emerald misdrops.
He went a little
He's in
too
bad
fast.
shape. And here comes Hebo Mai. Not as big of a spike as I would have thought.
Wow, Whip Emerald just sped way up.
Yeah,
Playing so fast now.
that was impressive. Big spike, survives it. Sets up a T-spin single. Great down stack.
Hebo's trying to top out Whip Emerald, but Whip Emerald looks like he's getting down.
But he's not messing up his stack to do it. Sometimes people get way too aggressive.
No, it's definitely not messing up his stack.
And now we're going to see some decision time. Do they want to get safe or do they want to attack? Both players choosing to play it safe.
Well, you want to be methodical. You know, you don't just want to leave this all to chance.
Oh, a T-spin triple. Low stack for both sides. Daring, let's call that.
Donation for Whip Emerald. And nice platform.
And I
from
like
Whip
the way
Emerald.
he's down stacking here. You know, he's
Oh.
kind of spitting up some speed bumps.
We've got another.
He's
T-spin
not
triple.
afraid of Hebo's output.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's gutsy. He's
Yeah.
gutsy, and he's as you say, he's not afraid.
This is the third T-spin triple. This is an unusual move. It might bite him this time. No, but Hebo Mai couldn't
No.
get out of it. He was the aggressor that time. 182 lines in 139 seconds, but Whip Emerald wins with 136. And those T-spin triples, you know, came out of nowhere and kind of surprised him. He takes the lead back. It's 3-2. Another T-spin mini start versus a perfect clear. And Hebo's got to fix that.
Hebo probably knew that.
Oh, he's in trouble.
I was gonna say that he probably knew that he was getting the perfect clear, which is why he
Yeah,
opted
yeah.
for
I mean,
something.
set up
that-
the back-to-back and then just hammer him. Sure.
But
it didn't work
with
out
that
there.
misdrop, it just didn't work out.
Whip Emerald on a 3-game win streak. Again, that's Whip Emerald. You do -3 on his column if you can see that, so it's 4-2. Same starts for both sides. Whip Emerald does not get it, or maybe chose not to send it. Another T-spin triple and a big spike. 19 lines and 14 seconds. And another real quick round. And that's 4 in a row. My goodness.
We're on a streak here.
Watch him whip. Watch him nay-nay. And this time we're back to more traditional starts. T-spin starts. A big spike, but Hebo handles it, digs through it, is in a great position now.
Whip Emerald at the bottom of the field. But lots of messy garbage from Hebo, and Whip Emerald's gonna have to stack through it.
Yeah, he had to do a couple of slow drop fixes, including that
Oh.
beautiful ice spin.
Yeah. Ice spin triple.
And you gotta know that, because if you mess that up, you're dead. Big spike. Hebo's in trouble. Oh, when he gets
got
through
out
it.
of
This has been a clutch round on both sides.
Uh-huh. I wonder if this one's going all the way to 2 minutes.
Could be. He's blocked his hole. Whip Emerald's blocked his hole. He got out of it. Got some ugly garbage. Is he going for another T-spin triple? No, he doesn't.
No,
I thought he
there was-
might.
There was one Mino in the way. He couldn't form it.
Hebo on the other side has taken on a lot of bad garbage. He's digging through. Yeah, and he's fine. Boy, they both recover so quickly.
Oh, 10 minutes till hurry up. 10 seconds.
Yeah. And here it comes. Hurry up garbage. Lines that you cannot clear. Ballast at the bottom of your field. And Hebo's become the aggressor.
Oh,
And he takes the round. Look at that output. 189 lines in 136 seconds for Whip Emerald. And he loses.
well, he placed that
Good.
ice mist drop right on top of his well. And Hebo capitalized immediately.
And he needed to stop the bleeding there. He really did. All right, 5 games to 3. Here we go. T-spin mini versus a C-spin. Hebo's loading up to send it right back. And he does, right away. 20 lines in 13 seconds. It was no problem for him. He set up that back-to-back, and then when he got the clean garbage, boom. It was full-on gunslinger.
Now remember the
He's on the
prediction
comeback.
the prediction is that Whip Emerald takes this. So if Hebo wins, this is going to be an upset.
It's hard to call Hebo winning an upset. It's not in my DNA.
Definitely.
Nice time by Whip Emerald. He waited on that T-spin triple because he saw Hebo was in trouble. And he was. 18 lines in 13 seconds for Whip Emerald. One mistake, and Hebo was dead.
You just can't make mistakes like that at this level.
Yeah, exactly. He's unafraid. In years past, people would be quaking in their boots. I think that's the important thing to mention about the Japanese S League. In past years, Microblaze actually played in it. For the most part, it was Japanese players. This year, a Jamba was at the top of that heap. The year before, it was Yui Metal and Aitsuke were at the top. Whip Emerald is among that group. And it's, you know, it's like a great concert pianist. As Hebo loses that round, Whip Emerald takes it 37 lines in 24 seconds. If you're not staying at the highest level and practicing regularly like a concert pianist does, you know, it's hard to keep up this level of speed, this level of skill.
I mean, he's been practicing. He's just been practicing.
Oh,
the
sure,
wrong
but I'm
piece of
talking about
music.
year round. Like, there's no off season.
Okay. Whip Emerald is slowing down a bit to just play really efficiently.
Yeah,
he
and he's in a good
declines the
position
cut
too.
copy.
Yeah, he's ready to strike. Really nice stacking by Hebo. And Whip Emerald has got some bad misdrops. He decided to go for that super T-spin despite how ugly it was. He may pay for it. Another bad misdrop. Has to time the Tetris.
Okay.
He's only
Hebo-
getting a
if
single
Hebo
out
can
of some of
capitalize
these.
on this, then it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed his chance. I think he missed his chance. Can he still do this? No.
No. That was perfect timing by Whip Emerald. He's gonna
nice
get through
timing.
this. Despite such ugly garbage, no problem, he's out. Well, if you didn't know him before, get acquainted with Whip Emerald. He's gonna go far in this tournament.
Yep. Whip Emerald. Tell your friends. All right.
Another hurry up round.
And we have Hebo at
The
the
screen's
top.
gonna get tighter. Alright, Whip Emerald takes it again. Again, the aggressor loses. Hebomai at 151 lines in 131 seconds. Whip Emerald 131 flat, so 60 APM. But he's
It
on a
all
win
came-
streak.
It all came down to those missed drops at the end. Like you can be on the offensive for the whole game, and if you make missed drops at the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay.
Perfect clear setup, but he does. Oh, he kind of did a funky cancel out there.
Yeah.
I think that was your fake out there, Morning P.
Yeah, he likes doing that, forming a T-spin double out of his out of it, you know, his perfect clear.
Out of the perfect clear, kind of a strategic bluff, a feint, if you will.
Oh, and he overpowers Hebo.
And a lot of back and forth, 50 lines in 34 seconds. Whip Emerald got big momentum here. Big Mo. 4 in a row.
And that's
It's
really
only a
significant,
margin of 3 here, though.
considering
or
Hebo's only
margin of-
gotten 4 total.
Yeah. Alright, Hebo's got to muscle up. T-spin versus perfect clear. Short circuits the perfect clear. Oh, and he's going faster now. Quick little donation by Hebomai. Gets through, keeps his back-to-back.
Oh, we have a Kaidon from Hebo. And a
I
misdrop.
love that he does that. He's the first Japanese player I remember doing it with any regularity, and now they all do.
It's a good setup.
Could this be it? Big spike? Nope.
Oh, this is it.
But that is, Hebo takes that game, 84 lines in 48 seconds. Big output there.
That makes the score 9-5.
He needs a big winning streak.
No, he's Hebo. He might get it.
The only thing that is hurting Whip Emerald a little bit is, you know, he's looking for twists a little too often. Sometimes it's better to just stack over and clear through, not wait for the perfect piece. Multiple back-to-backs from Hebo. Really pushing through. Hebo's hunting the win, and he's got multiple attacks here. That should do it.
Oh,
No!
Whip Emerald at the top. But it has a huge downstack combo.
Yeah,
That's
he got it
great.
just at the right time. Hebo got a little too low. Now both players are safe. Oh, I love that. That was a crazy donation from Whip Emerald. You have to have exactly the right pieces to do that.
He's probably looking at his entire bag in advance.
And screen watching. You have to know you can get away with that, otherwise it's death. And sure enough, he takes the game. And big out from both players. Once again, the aggressor loses in 72 seconds. 79 lines from Whip Emerald, 99 from Hebo Mai. Whip Emerald takes the round. Comeback? What comeback?
Hey, don't count it out yet. We haven't seen the last of Hebo. Okay, misdrops on both players' fields. They both clean it up.
I like that donation from Hebo Mai.
And Whip Emerald
This is such
able
artistic gameplay.
They're artisans here.
That was a great little DS from Whip Emerald.
He got
Get
all
his
the way to the bottom with
Field clean, yeah. Had to waste that extra T though. Hebo's on his heels. Oh, that
that's the
misdrop.
end.
Oh, that was on purpose. I think. I thought that was on purpose. Didn't matter. 93 lines in 64 seconds. Almost a 90 APM. Wow. Hebo really needs to get a match here. This margin's getting out of hand.
Is he gonna do the perfect clear? He did the perfect clear. That's how you know that that he's like faking you out, because
Yeah.
sometimes he actually does it.
Right. And Hebo's giving him trouble with that DS. Not just
There you go.
straight back-to-backs. Yeah, that O is messing up Whip Emerald. This could be it.
Hebo
Yeah.
got it.
Hebo needed it and he took it. 40 lines in 31 seconds. Never count him out. But it's an uphill battle. He's got a long way to go. It's worth pointing out, in case you just tuned in, the loser of this match is still alive. The losers brackets will be live tomorrow, so no one's out of the tournament yet. It's been 0 from Hebo. didn't want to wait around, just wanted to fix his stack. Alright, we're getting down. Oh,
no.
a little bit of a misdrop.
Yeah, okay. Hebo can get out of this. And he does a huge down stack really quickly, speeds way up to do it.
And that was always Hebo at his best. You know, if he somehow had a misdrop, he would fix it so quickly, it almost looked like it was on purpose. 54 lines in 50 seconds. He's making his way back. If he takes this next round, I wonder if it'll affect Whip Emerald at all.
Yeah, if he can win a few more games, then Whip Emerald might not be playing so confidently now.
That's what I mean, like, you know, you're playing a legend, and maybe nerves take over. You're wondering, oh my goodness, is this guy back?
Tetris is a mind game.
There is a heavy psychological aspect to it, sure. Misdrop
Okay.
from Hebo Mai. He's fixing it. Got a quick T-spin to help him out while he was fixing.
Both players at the top. And they both down stack.
Yeah, now he's fine.
Oh no.
Was that on
That's a
purpose?
misdrop. Oh, that was
I think that eye misdrop was not on purpose. 67 lines and 49 seconds from Whip Emerald.
I agree.
He's
That
got to keep
misdrop was not
pushing.
on purpose.
Can't let Hebo Mai get back into it. 12-7.
He's shutting him out. He's saying, no, this is my match.
This time
TKI
going with the
for
T-spin double, Whip Emerald. And then having some trouble, I think. Got it fixed, and Hebo was staying safe. Looks like we're gonna have a back and forth round here.
Misdrop.
We are seeing some more misdrops from Whip Emerald.
But then that's a misdrop from Hebo Mai. And I feel like when Hebo tries to combo out of the misdrop, he ends up blocking as well. So it's almost like he should not do that. Just because of the result. Because it keeps biting him.
Here's an opportunity again, but Whip Emerald fixed his mistake. Whoop, got another one. And
That's
Hebo Mai
enough.
takes it. Almost identical line sends in 78 seconds, 85 and 86. Hebo's got an uphill climb, but he's making his way.
And this is not over.
I kind of wonder about the perfect clear opener against Hebo Mai.
Oh, you mean
Just
whether
seems
it's
like a
effective?
strange choice. Wow, that is a cut copy with zigzag garbage that then is a triple double into a down stack. That
Let's
was
just
interesting.
call it awesome. Okay, that's the name of it now. If you do that, you've just done the awesome.
The awesome.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Oh, a donation.
Twitch
Does he get
chat.
the pieces? Okay.
in Twitch chat, everyone's cheering on Hebo Maya. They're like, Hebo, let's go. So this is his match to lose. Oh no, Hebo, don't do that. No, what are you doing?
Exactly what you were talking about before. Yeah, he keeps blocking the hole, but he got away with it that time.
He did. He was low enough down.
Oh, that time, that is a bad misdrop. Gets the twist in time, fixes it. It wastes so much time though.
And Whip Emerald is just able to hammer out these T-spin doubles in the meantime. And Hebo just has to downstack frantically. Oh, that's it.
Another misdrop. Is he gonna survive? No. He needed one more piece and he couldn't get it. 134 lines and 109 seconds for Whip Emerald. Closing in on the win. I gotta say, the 14th win to me is the big one.
That's 128 APM from Whip Emerald. No joke. I just calculated it.
T-spin double versus perfect clear, not a perfect clear. Hebo's misdrop twice, 3 times. Oh, that was awful. 22 lines and 14 seconds for Whip Emerald. Hebo with 3 misdrops. That was unrecoverable.
This is hard to watch. I don't want it to end like this.
It's match point.
Come on, Hebo. Bring it back.
All right, folks. Here we go. Kind of an awkward perfect clear stack, but he gets the lucky hole. Oh. But Hebo's fine. And we got back and forth. We're going to have a high APM this round. Get through it. Come on, get through it, Hebo.
Okay, they're both in safe positions. Who's going to misdrop next?
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. It's the misdrops that are deciding these games.
I agree. Very clear field for Whip Emerald. Big spike.
Oh.
And
That's
GG's. Not the outcome that I was expecting, but like I said, Whip Emerald plays the top players in the S League, and he's done very well this year. Expect more out of him.
Definitely.
Have you got the brackets up?
Yeah, let's open up the bracket.
All right. Well, Hebo's going to go on to play Microblaze, who had a heck of a match tonight against a Jamba. Nearly pulled off the exit.
Let's see here. So, Hebo got 8, and Whip Emerald got 15.
And Whip Emerald's going to play a Jamba.
Uh-huh.
A Jamba's a bit low seeded if you're looking at the bracket. I think in the previous, not this last one, but the one before, I believe he was 3rd place in TTO. And I think this year he's just been more active. He played in the comeback tournament, won that. He played in Hard Drop Open 9, won that. And those were both this past fall.
The match that I'm looking forward to is right here, the losers bracket. Hebo versus Microblaze. This is going to be awesome.
I gotta be honest with you, there's one game left to play in this round. One Pun Man and HM39 was rescheduled.
Yeah,
I want to see Shiro Saber. He was very impressive in that loss, and as much as I like both of the competitors that might end up playing him, I don't know that anybody wants to play him right now. That guy can play mad, and he's mad. So
It
yeah,
doesn't
tomorrow's
mean
gonna be a
crazy
great day.
bad. It
Let's
means crazy bad.
I'm gonna pull up the schedule.
Let's get that schedule.
Let me see.
Okay. So I've just gotten word that tomorrow's stream starts at 5 p.m. PST. So that's pretty important.
Did you say 5 p.m. PST?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
And then it's a full round. We got
so
1,
is-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches.
That's right.
And the One Pun Man HM39 match may also be tomorrow.
So it starts with Fronas versus Blink at 5 o'clock PST, and we don't know when HM versus One Pun Man is going to be. So stick around tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot of exciting action that's going to happen and everything. So anyway, this was Morning P and Jupiter Joe. Thanks for watching.
Take care, everybody.